Hey, what's up, guys? King J coming to you live from hell. Now, just like my previous video, I led into talking about persistence. And, I really don't even know um, how I approach the idea of persistence. Like, because on a surface level, it's just like, not giving up. Just keep trying, just keep trying, just. But I feel like if you just keep trying, but you're not truly convinced that even if you keep trying it's going to work, you're wasting time. Precious time, you know? So your time should be spent in enjoyment. And you shouldn't have to convince yourself that what you like to do or what you want is work, is hard. Because your mind frame should be focused on, I want this goal, and I just feel that it's mine, so I gotta get it. You know, a good example is wanting better results in the gym. And you're looking on the mirror and you see what you want to fix, and you see but what you see, when you see of something that needs to be fixed, you feel broken, and then you start to feel a low self-concept. You're like, but, all these buts. And the second that comes out of you is the second that you're not appreciating yourself. The more you appreciate, man, I look good. This is good. Let's keep going. It's fuel to the fire. You can't extinguish your own fire. You and when you the thing is, it's not about the results. The results are a byproduct of the work. And if you look at work in a negative context, like, oh, it's so difficult, then that's resistance. And that's what's going to be 10 more steps it takes to get to your goal instead of 5. So when you just trust yourself and you say, I'm not going to let anything get in my way, and remembering that the only thing that can get in your way is yourself. Every day I win. Every day. Every time you wake up, that's a victory. I used to think I needed the snooze button on my phone when I woke up. I'd have an hour full of snoozes every 15 minutes, another alarm, and I could snooze it. And that sleep after the snooze was like godlike. It was the baddest REM sleep. I was like, that sleep when you wake up and you're like, your mouth is like a cotton ball and you're just like, what? Like, water. That sleep that you're just like, I can't even believe I just came out of like a portal from another dimension or something. And that sleep was like, I thought I needed that sleep to get rest. So I needed to be snoozing so I could just get that REM sleep. So as soon as I saw this video, and it's David Goggins, the maniac of inspiration, the maniac of motivation, right? Because and the funny thing is what he talks about, and recently I've been hearing a lot of Mike Tyson, and he says a lot of these same kinds of things too. And a lot of people don't pick up the true meaning. They think it's about just getting pumped up. They think that it's just about going and winning and going and winning and going and winning. But they're talking about the inner battle. They're talking about letting go. They're talking about becoming the change you seek. You have to be the change first in order to see the change. So David Goggins talks about when you wake up and you snooze, that's your first loss. And that hit me. That hit me hard. And I said, oh no. And lately, when I've been approaching things, as soon as I say, I don't think I can do that, or I don't want to do that, that makes me give it that attempt. And more times than not, I succeed. More times than not, I actually do the thing that I thought I couldn't do. And it's just reinforcing this process for me. It's really crazy. It is really crazy. And I used to think about people that are successful on YouTube, and I think, how did they do that? How did they do that? They're never talking about this stuff. It's because they're living this stuff. It's because this is not in their daily routine. Their daily routine is what they do naturally. you know? So if naturally your daily routine is thinking about what you can't do or what you don't think is possible, you know, then that's going to be your life. The second that you say, I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'll just do it right now. I'll start it right now, and I'll continue to do it, and I'll trust myself. See, we don't trust ourselves, because if we trusted ourselves, we would say, I will do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow you do it. Now, the more that we don't do it tomorrow, the more that we say, I don't trust you. You never make me do the things that I say I wanted you to do. We have this dysfunctional connection with ourselves where we're begging for ourselves to care for us, but we sabotage ourselves and we say, no, you don't deserve it. Stop yourself. Stop yourself from even trying so you don't fail. Now that is the only failure. You always win. We always win. And persistence is the key. You have to persist with affirming yourself. Persist with letting go. Persist. It's not about increasing. As a matter of fact, it's letting go. You don't increase knowledge. You just let go of the knowledge that you thought was fact. And you let go of the idea that you think you have it all figured out already. Now, the second you think you have it all figured out, there's no more room in your brain for new ideas. There's no more room for change. There's no more room for improvement. Then you've hit a ceiling, and then you wonder, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? So when you look at life as an not an uphill battle, because why are you fighting? It should be, a beautiful hot air balloon ride where you're just enjoying the ride up, and you're just taking it all in. It's ease. You can do it with ease. Everything you want is achievable. You can't lose, you know? And the thing is, and I wonder a lot about death. Not about our own death, but the death of the people that we love. Because that you can't stop that. You can't escape that. You can't escape that type of loss. That's real loss. You know? But for me, as I'd put it in my own perspective, is, when I leave this planet, I want to make sure that I gave my all, that I gave all my love, that I gave all my dedication, that I gave all my motivation, that I kept on persisting with what I wanted, and I never gave up. And once I leave that, my energy is going to come out of my body. It's going to go wherever it goes. That's a different journey, right? But there's not going to be sadness. There's not going to be regret. And the funniest thing is that even if you're regretting on your last breath, it's still going to be let go. It's still going, you're still going to go wherever you're going to go. So you might as well enjoy right now. No need to regret anything. It's never too late. So let's say you lived this life and you just, and then it was your last day. You knew tomorrow was the last day you were going to live. And on that day you decided to let everything go and just love you for yourself. Right? People would look at that and say, hey, man, I can't believe it took so long and blah, 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 blah. That's limits about themselves. To me, that would be one of the most beautiful stories ever. Because that's what it took for somebody to let go and trust. So, why do we have to wait? There is nothing to wait for. Tomorrow starts today. Starts now. It's already started. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the ride. It's not hard. You just have to keep persisting. And you have to keep going. You have to keep trusting. Persist with the trust more than anything else. And for me, the way I look at it personally is trusting in the universe is the same thing as trusting in myself, because the universe exists within me. Trusting in God is the same thing as trusting in myself, because that energy that could be perceived as God is within me. And the way that they put it, we are created in God's image. And if God's a perfect creator, why would he create something imperfect? That we have that power. We have that energy within us. We are not less or more than anything or anybody. All this stuff I'm talking about is not exclusive to somebody who's going through a transformation. You don't have to go through a particular thing to realize, hey, there's some things that I think are limiting me. I'm kind of in my way a little bit. And a lot of times we don't want to realize that. It's pride. I'm not in my own way. What are you talking about? It's this person. It's that. It's my circumstances. Circumstances are irrelevant. Those got to be the first things to be let go of. The circumstances, majority of the time, are just a story. It's just we're looking at it from a certain angle, and we can't appreciate the opportunities that we're not seeing. But the more that you persist, the more that you're able to detach, the more that you're not looking at things having to come out in a certain way. Rarely do things go the way that you planned. It doesn't mean you shouldn't plan. Have a plan, but don't feel so connected to that plan that you're thrown off if it doesn't happen that same way. Make many plans, but stick to them. Persist. Don't stop. Don't let failure get in your way. Let failure fuel you. You're like, you know what? That didn't work. Let's try something different. Let's try something else. Let's keep going. Let's not stop. It takes time, and I have time. Those are things that I keep in mind. Because Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't rebuilt in a day. As a matter of fact, Rome was never even rebuilt. So if you have these ideas in your head, like you have like a sheet of paper in your head, and you have this list of things that need to happen a certain way, or list of things, I need this by this certain age, and I need this. You should take that list, crumple it up, and throw it away. And let go, because that's just limits. You need this by this? You could probably get this by this if you weren't so focused on getting that by a certain time. If you were just enjoying the process, knowing that it's coming, trusting that it's coming. We are meant to attain our desires. That's what I believe. And I believe that it's completely possible for anybody. But you have to realize that you don't need specific things. It's not about a specific thing. If my dream was to be in the NBA, all I'm going to feel is anger that I know I'll never be chosen. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. But what is the idea? What would that even do for me? If I was going to be an NBA basketball star, what would that even do for me? The second that I realized I don't need to be that is the second that I could just enjoy playing basketball without the pressure. And then I'd probably focus on my skills more because it'd be more fun. No pressure. You know what I mean? If there's no pressure, then you're just enjoying your work. And then you get to really enjoy the fruits of your labor. But the key is you have to persist. Don't stop. Keep going. I'm going to keep on going. And I want you guys, whoever's listening, at exactly 13 minutes and 55 seconds. I want to thank you guys for getting this far. I want to thank you guys for watching and listening. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you like all my videos, subscribe and tap the notification bell. King J, out.